Ladies and gentlemen, in recent times, the Amhara region of Ethiopia has been a theatre of intense conflict, primarily involving the Ethiopian National Defence Forces, ENDF, and Amhara Fano forces. This conflict has spread across various fronts and has led to significant turmoil and suffering in the region. I will delve into the latest reports and updates from the battlefield to shed light on the situation. One of the notable regions where the conflict is unfolding is Alamtena, in the Borododa county of eastern Shua, which is situated in the Oromo region. Reports indicate that soldiers from the Oromo region, along with members of the Oromo Liberation Front, OLF, have been responsible for the tragic murder of 14 Amhara civilians who were originally kidnapped months ago. Disturbingly, the bodies of these innocent individuals were discovered partially consumed by wild animals, underscoring the brutality of the situation. In several districts such as Bili, Adair Kobo, Fati, and Dili within the Makain Salam area of Western Wello, Fano forces have managed to repel ENDF soldiers. However, this has led to a grim turn of events, as ENDF soldiers reportedly resorted to door-to-door searches, resulting in the abduction and murder of numerous Amhara civilians. Further afield, in Addis Kadam, located in the Awi zone within Gojam, ENDF soldiers are accused of killing an Amhara civilian. Tragically, healthcare workers have not been spared either, as reports from Adet, Marawi, and Sebetamit, also situated in Gojam, suggest that ENDF soldiers have been responsible for the killing of several health workers. Another disturbing incident is reported from Ilmana Densa, situated in western Goyam, where ENDF soldiers are alleged to have killed numerous Amhara civilians. The northern region of Shua has not been immune to the violence either. In the 04 district of Berhet, Abi's drone attack resulted in the tragic deaths of 30 civilians, with 7 of them belonging to the same family. In Agam, Maranya, located in northern Shua, ENDF soldiers are said to have killed 2 Amhara civilians near a church. One of the most devastating incidents occurred in Dera, situated in northern Shua, where it is reported that over 250 Amhara civilians fell victim to a massacre carried out by soldiers from the Oromo region and members of the OLF in the last week. This is the story of a brave young man named Mola Melaku, and it's a tribute to his courage and dedication to the Fano movement. It's a story about how he stood up against a group of soldiers in Waldia who supported the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and who were causing trouble for the Amhara people. I spoke with Mola's mother, Wro Muhalit Negash, and his older brother, Tesfa Melaku. They live near Waldia, which is in northern Ethiopia. Waldia is a town in North Wallo, and it's quite high up, 2112 meters above sea level. It has a church called Waldia Gabriel that's famous. In 2021, there was a conflict where the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, took control of Waldia, but with the help of Fano, it was recaptured later that year. Mola's family are farmers, and they've had a tough time, especially since Mola's dad passed away a few years ago. In 2021, when the TPLF took over, things got even worse. The TPLF fighters not only destroyed a lot of stuff, but also caused a lot of pain for families. Women, in particular, suffered a lot because they were mistreated because they were Amhara, and they were hurt in bad ways. At first, Fano helped the government to get rid of the TPLF, but things changed. The Prime Minister, Abiy Ahmed, turned against Fano, and he used a trick, making different ethnic groups fight each other. He did this because he knew that some Oromo people didn't like Amhara people. Mola joined Fano about 3 years ago because he was really upset about what was happening in the Amhara region. He saw a lot of people being hurt and killed because of their ethnicity. He felt that Fano was the right way to help his people. When the Tigray Defence Forces were getting close to the capital, Addis Ababa, Fano fought against them, but they didn't get much credit for their bravery. Abiy Ahmed wanted to take away their weapons, and that's when Mollah went back to Fano. He'd been fighting for 8 months, pushing back government soldiers. His friends say he was very brave and had shot a lot of enemy soldiers. He was also really disciplined and determined. Mollah had gone to Saudi Arabia a few years back and worked there to help his family. He came back because of health problems. But even when he was part of Fano, he would go home sometimes to help his family with farming. He saw how government soldiers took everything from his people, like their cattle, food, and fertilizer. When he got hurt and was taken to the hospital, his younger brother, Adamomelaku, was by his side. But some soldiers came to the hospital and broke the machines that were helping Mollah. They also mistreated his mother and didn't respect the hospital staff. They took Mollah away, cut his throat, and ran over his body with a vehicle. It was a very cruel act. Before he was taken away, Mollah shouted that he was proud to be Amhara and part of Fano. He believed that the Amhara people would win and Ethiopia would be okay. These were his last words, and they inspired many young people, including some at the hospital, to join Fano. Fano represents a response to injustices of this nature. Mollah was not only a formidable fighter, but also an articulate individual who could articulate the dangers facing his country. The Fano movement transcends physical resistance. It is also an intellectual movement that opposes ethnic fascism, narrow nationalism, apartheid policies, internal colonialism, and all forms of pseudo-legal political corruption. Instead, it upholds a sense of civic duty, patriotism, and a vision for the betterment of the entire nation. According to some informants, Mollah epitomized these principles. This aspect of the Fano movement evokes memories of the Fano heroism, a resistance movement led by Ethiopians against Italian occupation. The current resistance proudly traces its heritage to Fano and has even inspired Ethiopians to sing poems celebrating those who have taken a stand against injustice. A song commemorating Mollah's heroism is currently in the making. It is crucial to remember that the situation on the ground is fluid, and the reports mentioned here may evolve or change. Efforts to ensure the safety and well-being of the people caught in the crossfire and the pursuit of a peaceful resolution to the conflict are of paramount importance.